Okay, welcome back to the channel. In today's episode, we're about to replace a radiator. That is my 1998 GMC Safari van. That is a new radiator, and I'm about to replace it. So if you are new around here, I am on the verge of going on a big 2.5 month-ish long adventure van life road trip in that said van. And I just did a whole bunch of work, including my intake manifold gaskets, put it all together. Turns out I got a leak. Got that leak sorted, valve cover leaking, no big deal. And then I discover I have a new leak. So you can't see it now, it is evaporated, but right up here, I had a big pool of antifreeze pooling up, which is a new leak from after doing my intake manifold gaskets. I don't really understand the reasoning, but after that, after putting those in, my van started leaking from the radiator. I've determined it's the radiator. Probably not gonna be able to see, but all these fins up here are wet, and that is where the liquid is coming from. So I went on Rock Auto, ordered this, and the day before, realistically it's probably the day before I go on that big long trip, I gotta replace this radiator. I'm not that happy about it, but it's not the worst thing in the world. To me, radiator, pretty simple fix. There's hose in, hose out. I got a transmission cooler. I don't even have an oil cooler in here. I just gotta take these things off. My shroud is already off, so I could troubleshoot. So it's gonna be a pretty simple fix. Very annoying. Like I said, it's the day before I'm going on my trip. I would like to get some good miles on without this thing breaking, but I don't have that luxury. So with that being said, I'm just gonna pull this thing apart. I gotta get this grill off, get this off, and get it drained. Since I just replaced my coolant last week, I'm gonna drain it into a clean container, reuse it. But yeah, I don't really know what to say. I'm just gonna get to it. Not happy, but it is what it is. Let's go. Okay, new radiator is totally out. You can see it right there. And if you look, this is all dyed orange. That is where it was leaking. Somewhere up in these fins, there was a leak. And I guess once everything got sealed up properly with my intake manifold gaskets, and I also found my thermostat housing was loose last time. Once I got that all in tight, I kind of think it finally had enough pressure to blow it out. I guess that's what the problem is. I don't really know, but this radiator itself was only 2 years ago. I don't remember what brand it is. It does not really say, but I got it on Rock Auto, and it has failed in 2 years, which is a real bummer. And like I said, it sucks that it failed right before my trip. Better than on my trip, but I don't really want to be doing this today. But anyways, the other thing I have found when I got my new one, also from Rock Auto, it's going to be TYC brand. Why I've now become kind of excited is if you look at this radiator, actually we'll take it out and put it down, you can see the difference in thickness. This new radiator is twice as thick. It's 1 inch thick versus 1/2 inch there. And like I said, it's TYC brand. I can't remember how much I paid, but I throw it on there from Rock Auto. It has to be twice as good. So now I'm excited that I believe I'm now upgrading my cooling system the day before I leave. But it looks way more silver, and the thickness. To me, it has to be way more efficient with the cooling. If there's way more cooling surface area because it's thicker, it has to cool better. So I'm now excited. Anyways, I've talked too much about how excited I am to do not be excited. Anyways, I'm gonna take these fittings out, put them on. I have double checked this radiator is exactly the same. So I'm gonna put these fittings on, and then we're just gonna go right into the van. Exactly what we just did. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. So let's go. Okay, I thought I'd give you one more update before I just finish everything here. But radiator is filled with coolant. I do not appear to be leaking anywhere. Obviously, there's a whole bunch of water underneath. That's because I've been rinsing stuff off as I go. So it's kind of hard to tell if there is a leak, but it does not appear to be leaking. I got my transmission cooler line attached. Down at the bottom, I got my secondary, either the in or the out. I have a custom setup because I broke the end off, so I have a little adapter in there. That's screwed in. Rad hoses are on. Those are empty because I do not have a oil cooler. Intake's off. I got to go ahead and put my lower shroud in. And just another note, I thought I'd show you this. You probably potentially have seen it before, but this is my transmission cooler. It just goes into those screws that are on the front. And it's built with just some metal that goes across. Just in case you haven't seen it, it's a good place to put your transmission cooler. I do not have AC, so I think that was originally meant to hold a condenser on, but I don't rock AC because it's broken and I'm not gonna fix it. See, I got no lines. Anyways, with that being said, I'm gonna stop talking. That was my final update. Just gonna put the shroud back in and then we'll start it up. Okay, we're officially ready to start her up. Heart's good. No obvious signs of leaking. I got the cap off. So basically I'm gonna run it for a while, bring it up to temperature, burp out the system real good, and then I'm just gonna let it cool down, refill it, or fill it up, make sure it's filled all the way, put the cap on, and then all I really have left to do before I go on my big trip is check the transmission fluid level, because I just took I unhooked the cooler that went through the transmission, probably lost a little fluid, so make sure that looks good. Otherwise, I'm pretty much ready to go. I've already started packing. I got my bed in here, so it's go time. I'm yeah, the day away from being a day away, so I hope this works. No leaks, no more problems, and I'm going on an adventure. Peace.